Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. And you might wonder where you've heard this tagline. This is tagline actually, it's from on my other channel, which is called On the Road with Lwando. You can actually go check out my content there if you like any travel content. But in this video, actually, I actually don't even have a name of the channel, but by the time you watch this, obviously there will be a channel. I'm trying to think of a channel name, what to call this. I want to call it, I don't know, like Unscripted, Lwando Unscripted, or Talib's Unscripted, something along those lines. Reason being, I want to use this as having conversations where I, basically review life and in general, especially my surroundings, where I have open conversations, and hopefully whoever the 2 people or 3 people who might watch this video, we can have a full-on conversation after all these videos. I'm also trying to post more regularly with these ones because, again, it's unscripted, and there's going to be almost minimal editing when it comes to these particular videos because, again, it's all about having a conversation. As you can see here, I'm actually trying to record the first episode, and there's kids which are screaming all over the place. But anyway, welcome to Unscripted with Lwando. I think that's what I'll call it for now. And please forgive me at times when I'm coughing, I have a scratchy throat, or if I keep saying I keep saying English is not my first language. So sometimes I don't hear myself. I'll keep saying one word. I think basically and casually are the words where I usually catch myself, saying something. Actually, as part of the first conversation, I don't know, I'm going to try hopefully to do this almost on an everyday basis. Again, it doesn't mean I haven't forgotten actually on the road, because on the road, my other channel needs quite a lot of, it's costly, first of all, because you need to travel to wherever that you need to go. At some places you actually have to pay, and then I need proper video content and sound for that, whereas with this one, again, it's unscripted. So actually, with the first episode, I'd actually like to immortalize whoever gets to be the first person to comment on this channel. But I just want to talk about what is on your side. Like as I'm saying, that I always catch myself saying basically, or even is there what is that one thing that you always catch yourself doing all the time, but you don't realize that you're doing it? And funny enough, it's interesting that I actually get to be vulnerable on the first episode of Unscripted. For me, the word basically, casually, and sometimes I'll bite my tongue. I don't know why. I don't feel myself biting my tongue, but sometimes I bite my tongue and I breathe loudly. I don't hear myself, but apparently I breathe loudly. Same thing that my son does, which is actually quite weird because 2 years ago I had an op where they were working on my nose to fix that. I had polyps growth, but somehow it came back. So man, it's like one of those things where the reason why actually I'm even creating this thing is that I want to have these more regular conversations, questions, and hopefully, whoever that gets to see this content can also participate. Literally, I'm even thinking about it now. The things, sometimes they say we have these habits that we don't know about, and we keep doing it. But eventually you get to notice. And it's now reminding me of something that I learned when I finished varsity the first time. Oh, by the way, I'm a student. I'm about to actually write my exams in a few days' time after uploading this. But it reminds me back in varsity where I learned about this term called the Johari window. You know, like the window has four quadrants, where the first quadrant basically, if I sit there, I'm saying basically again, the first quadrant talks about, you know, about yourself. There are things about yourself. So you can actually read more about the Johari window, but here I'm just doing the basic terms. Again, basic, yeah. You get tired of hearing me say basically. What happens with Johari window? The first quadrant says that, like in your life, there are things about you that you know about yourself and that everyone else knows about you. So it's on equal terms. Then the second quadrant says there are things about your life that you don't know about yourself or your life. Same with everyone else around you. They don't know those things about you or about your life. And then the third quadrant talks about how there are things that you know, and most people actually would usually fall on this third quadrant. There are things about your life that you know about yourself, but almost no one else knows about you. And then the fourth quadrant speaks about there are things about everyone else around you know, and you don't know about yourself. So what I learned actually about the Johari window is actually the whole thing about being self-aware about things in your life. There are things where I notice, and luckily, thanks to actually doing quite a lot of content video work, I get to notice things about myself that I actually didn't notice before. And it has actually also helped me to accept my voice. You know how all of us, I think almost everyone, hates their voice, like when you hear your voice on a voice note or on a recording. Because I've been hearing my voice over and over again, I'm actually hearing myself now in my voice. Oh, again, something that you might have not known is that you actually you actually don't know how you sound unless you listen to a recording of yourself. The reason being is, they say, when you talk, your skull resonates the sound. So, and because when you hear the sound that you hear, it's not the one that you're projecting out. You hear the sound through your bones. I'm hearing a micro light or a helicopter. Someone is flying that around here. Yeah, but so you hardly ever hear your voice. Look at me being distracted. So again, going back to the whole Johari window thing, it's the fact that it talks about actually how we need to try and be self-aware, especially about the things that you don't know about yourself. Where then you get to be aware of them, and also this will help you maybe become a better person, because we tend to hurt quite a lot of people around us unknowingly. Yeah, some people obviously they do it knowingly, but you tend to hurt people unknowingly. But if you can actually just learn about yourself, we'll become better people. But yeah, I don't want to make this one a long one. Again, I want to keep these conversations as short as possible, because I want to do this content much more regularly. So yeah, I just want to say again, welcome to Unscripted with Lwando. It's been a great one. I'd like to actually to hear about yourself. What are the things that you've noticed you didn't know about yourself, that as time goes by, you've started to notice about yourself? Yeah, like for me, I've already stated those ones, and yeah, I'll definitely see you in the next one, which will be quite regularly, hopefully tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, welcome to this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.